Welcome back to Southern Indiana Now. I'm Shawn Hildreth, and this week we've got a couple things for you. First, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, the People's Bank. And this week we get to talk to Seymour Noon Lions about their upcoming t-shirt sales. It's going on now and it ends soon, so get your t-shirt sales in for the Oktoberfest with Seymour Noon Lions. And we talk with Sergeant Marcus Young to talk about joining the Air Force or the Space Force. There's lots of career options there and lots of great things you can do to serve our country. So, here we go.
At the People's Bank, we believe banking should be personal. When you walk through our doors, you're greeted by neighbors who know you, not just your account number. Whether you're opening a new checking account, saving for the future, or financing that next big purchase, our team is here to help every step of the way. Experience the hometown difference at any of our 4 locations or online at banktpb.com. The People's Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You can count on us.
Welcome back to another episode of Southern Indiana Now. I'm here with Shawn Busby from the Seymour Noon Lions, and we've got some exciting things to talk about. I know it's not time for Oktoberfest yet, but it is time for Oktoberfest t-shirts, and we're going to learn about all the ones they have this year and maybe a couple special things too. Well, thanks for joining us, Shawn.
Thanks for having me here.
Excited for another round of Oktoberfest t-shirts.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Seymour Noon Lions first. A little bit about the group, what you do, how people join.
So we're called Seymour Noon Lions Club because we typically meet at noon on Thursdays at First Financial Bank. And gosh, I've been a member of the club for, I guess it's been over 20 years now. It seems crazy, but so yeah, we are a nonprofit. We're a service organization. We do some fundraising, of course, and we give back to the community. So we support a bunch of local nonprofits, but we also have a bunch of service projects as well. So it's just a group that really tries to give back to the community.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think We Serve, is that your...
We Serve is the international slogan.
Yeah, and it's great. You always see Lions out doing great things in the community. So Thank you for that. It's always wonderful to see that volunteerism and that spirit in Seymour. So Oktoberfest shirts, how long have you been doing these? Do you know? Is it?
I don't know the official day. I think 1980, but I could be wrong on that. 1980, I think, was when the club was born, but shortly thereafter.
Shortly after.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So for a long time.
I have a few in my t-shirt collection. I got some from back when we had the store and got those on there. People can do that, right?
Absolutely.
If they want to get a shirt for their business, they can get a logo on it, or they can get maybe some other options. Tell us what somebody does if they want to order shirts for their business.
So there are 3 new designs this year. So I'll show you all 3 designs.
Nice.
This one has the Oktoberfest here on the chest, and then you flip it over on the back, and you'll see the Oktoberfest guy kind of walking away, dancing away. So that's one of the 3 options. And folks can always mix or match. If they don't like one particular design, that's fine. We got 2 others. There's 3 designs.
Great.
And if they like all 3 and they want to mix and match, that's fine as well. So 3 different designs and 3 different colors.
Nice.
And yes, so the real exciting thing for businesses is if they order 10 or more shirts, any combination of 10 shirts, we put their logo on the shirts.
Oh, great.
So typically, if you buy most of these shirts, it's going to be on the back. The only caveat this year is if we're doing this particular shirt, which I showed you first, which has something on the back already, your logo is going to be on the sleeve. So
you don't want to put it on the back of the little guy on the back, because then it would be this big.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. But no, so if you do one of these 2 designs here, your logo will be on the back. And it's a large logo. It's just as big as the logo on the front.
Great.
So a lot of business owners take advantage of that as an employee perk. Mm-hmm. So they'll buy the shirts for their employees, and then they all wear those shirts at Oktoberfest. You get a little advertising out of it. The employees enjoy wearing them and getting a free gift. And some businesses probably have their employees pitch in and buy them, but
either way, it's a fun thing
to have. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we've been doing for years. These are the new designs this year, and everything that we raise, this is a fundraiser for us. Mm-hmm. All the money that we raise goes back to the community. We keep nothing for ourselves. It's great. It's 100% going back to the community, which is a great thing. So not only are you doing buying something that's fun that everybody enjoys, but you're supporting the community at the same time.
That's wonderful. Now, with a business, do you still do anything where they can pick a color if they want to? If they do like 50 shirts or something?
Well, you really know your stuff.
Yeah, I kind of remember a little bit.
Yeah. So thanks for asking that. So yeah, if you buy 50 or more shirts as a company, you can choose your own color and be kind of unique if you want to. So I know there's a few businesses out there that do that. So I got a couple other things I want to tell you about.
Yeah, sure.
They're kind of new and different this year. So we have this youth shirt, which I don't think we've ever done a youth shirt. And this is a color me, wash me shirt. So if you buy one of these shirts for your kid, they're going to get these markers and they can then color in this design however they want, wash it, and they can color it in again.
Okay.
So you can do it over and over again. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a permanent thing, like
No,
they color it and you have to set it.
It's not permanent.
Oh, great.
So we really think that these are going to be a hot item this year. They're already proving to be. You can get them at a few locations. They're for sale right now.
Oh, great.
At Audie Jane, Jackson County Visitor Center, 3Z Company, and Heart's Desire, all in downtown Seymour.
Awesome.
You can go and buy these right now. Also, we have a pin that we're really excited about this year. We've been offering these hat pins for the last, I'd say 6-7 years or so. We've been selling the Oktoberfest wool hats.
Yeah.
And every year we have a different pin. Well, this year we have I don't know if you can see that or not, we have the Steve McGrew pin. So he passed away recently.
Yeah, always a key part of the Oktoberfest.
Right.
Great to honor him.
Right. And so, that's exactly what we're doing this year is we're honoring him. And these are available at Jackson County Visitor Center now. And of course, we'll have them downtown, assuming that they don't sell out prior. If you like this keepsake, if you knew Steve and you want to get one,
I don't know how many
Jackson
times
County Visitor Center.
I don't know how many times they did the chicken dance while he played music up there. So
Sure.
all the way from my childhood through my adulthood. So,
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing this year.
That's great. Anything else? Do you sell the hats at this year still, or do you? I didn't know if people can get one of those.
Yeah, we've got hats. We'll have hats at our booth this year. We don't really sell those in advance.
Yeah,
but
right.
We'll have those at our booth.
Great.
So typically, I don't know if that's the case this year, but typically, if you buy a hat, you're going to get a pin with it. This pin is a little nicer, a little more valuable than the pins we've done in the past. So I'm not sure if that offers on the table this year, but you'll find out at the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, great. So if somebody needs to get a hold of a lion, they want to buy shirts. You don't want everybody calling Shawn, but how do they reach out and get in touch with you? What are the best ways?
I would say call Dana Phillips, call John Jennings if you know either of those folks. You can call me if you want, if you know me. We meet on Thursdays at First Financial Bank, so that's a good way to get in touch. There's also, you can email us info@SeymourNoonLions.org.
Great.
So, a variety of ways to reach out to
Facebook,
us.
if they reach out through the Facebook
you can
page
find us
too.
there. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're not hard to find.
Yeah, just so you can get connected with the Seymour Noon Lions. Get yourself a shirt, get yourself a pin, and have a great Oktoberfest. So thank you so much for joining us. And
appreciate you having us.
Yeah.
Or having me.
Yeah. Dana's in the background here. He wouldn't come on. So
right.
we will call him out, but we won't put him on camera. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back on Southern Indiana Now.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
We're really excited this week to talk to Staff Sergeant Marcus Young from U.S. Air Force Recruiting. And we want to say thanks to the People's Bank for sponsoring this episode. We love them. They're a great place here in Jackson County. So check them out. And Marcus, welcome. Well, Marcus, thank you for joining us. We're very grateful for your service and want to find out a little bit more about what led you into the Air Force. So
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming a recruiter at the U.S. Air Force.
Sure. So I'm technically an Army brat. So I grew up in Army bases pretty much my entire life. When I was in high school, I automatically was thinking I was going to go into the Army. I ended up not going to the Army because my mother, who did serve, told me not to go join. So instead of joining the Army, I ended up going to college. I ended up working 3 different jobs. I worked at Cinnabon, I worked at Borders Books, and then I also worked at UPS. At the time that I was working at UPS, my third job, We were calling ourselves underpaid slaves. The economy was not great. The benefits wasn't all that great. And I actually had a friend that scored a 92 in the ASVAB. He basically said, go talk to the Air Force recruiter. So I did, and here I am. So, I already knew that in my life, like the military fits well for me. You know, you got those tests, those personality tests out there. And basically it will say, yeah, you fit well in this career. And military was always high on my list. So I already knew that it fit my personality. I already knew what I was getting myself into because I'd been on military bases. It's just that I didn't know anything about the Air Force until I actually spoke to a recruiter. So that's what led me to here.
That's great. So if somebody is in, high school, they can pursue a path to go directly into the military, or like you did, they can do college and then join as well. So there's multiple ways to join. Are there any skills that a high school student has to have to be able to, explore a career in the military?
So you don't need any skills. When it comes to jobs, we don't expect you to know everything. That's what we teach you from the ground up. So we have a lot of people that will probably qualify for aircraft mechanic, but they don't want to be an aircraft mechanic because they never turned a wrench in their life. Well, the thing is, if you were to go to tech school, which is basically is equivalent to a vocational school, we actually teach you week one how to turn a wrench. So we basically see what you're qualified for based off the ASVAB, and just overall see if that's where like your headspace is at, like if your goal is to become a mechanic, or if your goal is to work with your hands, we see that based off our AFWIN survey. So we see what you're qualified for, and then we see what you fit well in, and we try to book you a job accordingly. And the job is not us booking it for you. You let us know what jobs that you actually want based off the list of jobs that you qualify for, and then and basically on that list of jobs, we can't book anything else.
Okay, that's great. Now, if somebody wants to pursue like a path to be an officer, how is that different? Like what do they need to do?
So to become an officer is very challenging. For individuals that are in their junior year of high school, we always recommend that they apply at that time when they're 17. So we have the academyadmissions.com where you can actually look up a Q&A section to kind of figure out how to, again, fill out the application, who to get in contact with. Usually when you fill out the application, there's going to be a representative from the Air Force Academy that will reach out to you. And so that's the biggest thing to do when you're in high school. For those that missed that junior year and now in senior year, I would say they're a little bit behind the curve. So the next step would be to either apply to a 4-year college, get your bachelor's degree, because you have to have your bachelor's degree, or be in a program that allows you to get your bachelor's degree to commission to be an officer. Instead of going to Air Force Academy, then you'll end up going to Officer Training School, which is in Mississippi. So as long as you have your bachelor's degree and you score well, have a high GPA, you can't have less than a 3.5 GPA. And then you also have to have good character. I would say for those that go through the college route, though, they also have to, I would say, get involved with the ROTC program at the college in order to have a foot in the door. Because without it, you're going to be having a competition with a lot of people that want to be a pilot, or they just want to be an officer, and there are only 90 seats available. So if it's going to be high competition. So the last route would be actually to enlist into the Air Force. If you enlist into the Air Force, we all have supervisors. And so you convey the message that you want to commission to be an officer, and the supervisor will help build a package for you. We have a program called LEAD, which is Leaders Encouraging Airman Development. And so basically with that package, we route it up to the commander. The commander looks at your overall Air Force history and say, hey, you'd be awesome as an officer. We'll discharge you from the enlisted side, and we'll commission you to be an officer. All 3 routes require you to take the same AFOQT test, which is the Air Force Officer Qualification Test. And so if you score less than the 55 on that test, they're not going to consider you to be an officer.
Right.
And you can only take that 2 times in your lifetime. You can possibly get a 3rd time with a waiver, but if you don't pass, you're not going to be an officer. So I always encourage individuals that are like, they don't know, to take the ASVAB test, because if you take the ASVAB test, I would say the AFOQT test is like the ASVAB test on steroids. Okay. So I always encourage people to kind of see where they score on the ASVAB. And if they score really, really low, it's a high chance that you're not going to pass that AFOQT test. But there's study material for both tests. So you can, I as a recruiter, I will help kind of pinpoint where you need to look. But ultimately, I would just get your information and then pass it off to an officer recruiter if you are at that stage with a bachelor's degree.
Okay. Well, when thinking about Air Force, Space Force, the different, responsibilities that people have, what are some of the misconceptions that people have about joining the Air Force?
The biggest misconception is that we're all pilots.
Yeah.
So I'll go to a college and career fair. I'll talk to 17, 18-year-olds that are interested in the military, but they're more interested in Marines and Army because they don't want to be in the air. They're afraid of heights. And we have over 130 jobs. You can be a dental assistant. You can be logistics. You can be travel assistant. You can be pest control. So we have a lot of jobs, a lot of different careers. A lot of them are very transferable to the outside world, especially aircraft mechanic, which is a lot of people walk in to do and want to go work at Lockheed Martin, Cummins, Boeing, UPS. They actually want to have something that turns into a six-figure job on the outside, and we offer that. But a lot of people kind of not understand that we have well-productive careers. We can create well-productive careers for you, and even if you don't know anything about it, again, we teach you that.
That's great.
And also the special warfare side. So again, the big misconception that Marines and Army only have the biggest challenge when it comes to going into the military. I appreciate individuals that want to do something challenging and they feel like they're physically fit. That's why when it comes to our special warfare, which is very well hidden, we do have 6 careers that actually transfer, give you that feeling that you're actually accomplishing something, a bigger purpose. And so pararescue, I would say, is the hardest job in the Air Force. And so if you look at Navy SEALs get about 6 months to a year of training, while our guys get about 2 years of training. So if a Navy SEAL's downrange and they need help, they call in our guys to get them. Not to mention, just overall normal stuff. The astronauts that went into space recently, 2-3 months ago, when they returned back to Earth, the orbit, basically it was the pararescue that went and got them when they landed. So they have unique experiences to help assist within the community. Again, bigger purpose, and not a lot of people know about that. So obviously, my goal is to kind of hey, if you want that challenge, I have these careers that you might be interested in.
Yeah, there's a lot of paths that people can pursue, and it's great to have a recruiter, somebody there to help guide you. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're thinking about joining the Air Force or the Space Force. And Space Force, in a quick summary, what is Space Force? What are some careers there? Because that's a newer branch of the military, and I'm sure not all our listeners are familiar.
Sure. So Space Force basically has the same 13 jobs in the Air Force, and basically they're all cyber and intel. And so I recommend going on to their webpage. They do have a Space Force website, which basically shows like targeting analysts and geospatial intelligence. So if you feel like you're more technical, if you feel like you want to have that cyber or intel career, Space Force will be the best route for you. They offer a lot of certificates that are very transferable. You get a top secret security clearance when you graduate from tech school immediately after basic training. And so I know that when you go to tech school, for those individuals, they can get up to 55 semester hours based off just tech school alone, which you only need about 60 semester hours if you're trying to get your certificate of, from the CCAF, which is Community College of the Air Force, which is equivalent to associate's degree. So that would be like halfway of trying to get your bachelor's by obtaining that. So again, they definitely have wonderful careers for individuals that want to score or have a successful computer analytical career. I would definitely say the Space Force is the hardest branch to join. It was the Air Force, but now it's the Space Force because you have to have a decent ASVAB score.
Okay. So if someone is ready to, explore a career and path in the Air Force, what's the easiest way to get a hold of you? Is it, find the website, maybe send you an email, or pick up one of the brochures at their school and follow through that way?
Sure. I would say the best way, one, is airforce.com. Usually when you go on there, it will have, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom and see find a recruiter, you put in the zip code and it will direct you to the closest recruiter. For Seymour, obviously it's going to pop up my information. But my phone number is 812-989-2749. And basically, I don't want to say my email because it's really long, but you have it.
I can put it on the screen.
Exactly. So it's definitely easy to find me. My information, I post flyers and pull tabs all over the place. I try to target gyms to put my information, schools. So if you go to Seymour High School, there's going to be flyers and stuff like that about me. So
that's great. Well, thank you for what you're doing. Thanks for helping to build a strong military, Air Force, Space Force, Army, Marines, whatever you choose to do, whatever path. It's a great way to build a career, great way to serve your country, and we're grateful for that. So check it out. Contact Staff Sergeant Marcus Young if you're interested in the Air Force, and we'll get you all hooked up and ready to go and aim high is the phrase, right?
yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Southern Indiana Now. If you have a suggestion for a show, please send me an email, southernindiananow@gmail.com or Shawn@southernindiananow.com. We hope you'll be with us again next week. Thanks to the People's Bank for being our sponsor, and we hope you enjoyed this week's show. We'll see you again soon.